Hello and welcome to the Go Ham podcast. And yes, I can't believe we're doing another episode. It is insane. We're doing two in a constant week now. This is amazing. More than I thought we'd ever do. We have some good topics coming up today, along with a new weekly segment. So as always, we have James, the only man I know to wear the same shoes as the Chadoon from Doctor Who, and Luke, the only man I know I'd let give me a back rub in Tesco toilets. So, gentlemen, how are we? We all good?
Well, I was doing well, and then someone messed up our recording.
I know, what an idiot.
And then I get insulted twice. By the way, you guys aren't going to see this, but I got insulted twice with the same insult. Okay? Twice with the same insult. Anyway, I wanted to touch on two things. One, I want to go back to the beer list, because we've tried Cruz Campo. It's arse. It's not that good. Second of all, Dobbins hasn't talked about the drink, what he's having, what he's drinking tonight.
Yes, so today I'm drinking, unfortunately, Carlsberg, because it's that time of the month, especially because it's January.
Your period.
Got no money, and it was either pay a lot more for Stella or just eat and have Carlsberg. So I went for the eating option.
I would take that off here.
James, what are you drinking today?
I am drinking Kraken. Now, he made a pun last time. He's thinking about doing it again. However, this was nearly full when we started initially. So I'm halfway through it now. But yeah, I'm drinking Kraken, Black Spice Rum with some Fever Tree Coke. Luke, take it away, buddy. What are you drinking?
I am drinking some Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. And then our first take, this was nearly full. So... So I've got that, and as my mixer, just a good old classic Pepsi Max. That I've got multiple cans, opened them, and I'm mixed them up.
You were not doing the same joke.
I mixed them up.
Again, on the dead recording.
I'm glad you asked, Dobbins. I've got one can. I've got two cans.
That's a two-bird. That's a bird, man. That's a bird. Two can.
Three. But unfortunately, I've only got one bottle of this.
No, you're not. No.
Because I've also got this big bottle.
Oh. He's been sitting on that, let me tell you.
I have. Another bottle.
Lukewarm.
Right. Anyway, this has got to pot already. Anyway.
I guess you could say it's cursed. Premonition.
Ooh.
They all have the January blues. Well,
yeah.
Dobbins has a segment to add to that. Not take it away. Add into the blues.
Yes.
Dobbins, would you like to tell the viewers or viewer what we've got?
So, my plan today was, so I'm a big fan of ghost stories. Really big fan. I like listening to them. There's a lot of podcasts I like listening to. One is Uncanny, where they tell a ghost story that someone's said or like experience, and they have two people, and a professional person who is like a denier in paranormal activity and just basically tries to prove it wrong, and then someone who really believes in it, say this could be this type of spirit or this type of spirit. And I thought, why don't we have a little conversation about if we've had some weird ghost stories, you know, like we were just saying about ectoplasm and stuff like that. So why don't we talk about our ghost stories? And apparently
someone sees that recorded. Just have it all.
Apparently Luke has a killer ghost story that he's even had to use Google for. I'm not sure why he's
He's also set some expectations by saying you may not like it.
Yeah.
I'm just covering all bases, you know.
Yeah. So Luke, why don't you tell us your story first? What we'll do, we'll let you say the story, and then we'll just have a quick talk
about
looking
it up on Reddit.
Yeah. He's just quickly getting rid of his Reddit search of
that totally happened.
Of Elbrook.
Alright then, lads. So strap in. It was on
strapped.
A cold and dark January.
I know, boys. Let me.
Okay, I'm going to prefix this with what everybody says when they're telling the ghost story, and that is, I don't really believe in ghosts. I am hugely skeptical. I would be that professional. I'd be trying to apply logic to everything to understand what might have happened. But this one I can't really explain. Right? Oh, there he goes.
It's the neck beard that really adds them.
Yeah.
This the smoothest neck you've ever seen, boss. Not a hair, not a hair on there.
So, have you guys ever heard of the ancient ramen?
There's no noodles.
Is that what?
Noodles.
No, that's ramen. I don't know about ancient ramen, but I've given your mother a good ramen.
Shocking.
Sorry.
I don't even want to tell this ghost story.
He's really...
No, sorry. Come on.
That's offended me. No, that's done enough.
No, we want to hear your story, Luke.
Right. So this ancient ramen is, as you might have guessed, an inn that used to house the workers for the local church. Ram Inn. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So it used to house these people, the construction workers for the local church that was being built. And it's considered to be one of the most haunted places in the UK. As I've said, I'm not a believer in all this, completely skeptical. My mother, however, absolutely believes in this stuff and loves it. She watches all the ghost things. So for Christmas, or her birthday, because it's in the same month, one of them, I booked tickets to take her to the Ancient Ramen. It was like an overnight, not an overnight stay, but you'd stay there until 3 o'clock in the morning, go around the house, investigate. You could use the EMF, you could use all these different things. And to start off the event, we all had to stand in a circle with other people and we had to hold hands to muster up energy. And it would be in the dark.
Like seance.
Yeah. And it wasn't pitch black because you could see a bit of light from the next room because we were in this barn. So we were holding hands and we were just staying there for about 10 minutes. And after a while, it looks like I could see a tall man. He was like about 7 foot. He was a black shadow figure. And I was just thinking to myself, that... Are we really getting triggered by the word black? Is this where we're at in 2025?
No, a tall man.
There was a big black man in there.
Big black man. Yeah. So Shaq O'Deal was standing in front of me.
Mark, this pub is haunted by Mark Henry. Sorry, carry on.
So yeah, this is where it looks like you're standing in front of me, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm losing perception of the room. Looks like there's this tall figure in front of me. So anyway, when that seance comes to an end, I hear another person say to one of the event leaders, "Oh, it looked like there was somebody standing in front of me." And I was like, all right, that's pretty weird. Continued on with the night. Nothing really happened. I spoke to my mother about it then a couple of weeks later, and I said, and we were saying like, how I don't believe in stuff forever. And I said, I tell you what was quite weird. It looked like there was a tall shadow figure standing in front of me. And she nearly leapt out of her chair and said, I saw the exact same thing. I didn't want to say anything because people would think I'm crazy because I'm the one that believes in the stuff.
She's laying that.
So that's 3 of us that might have saw something and we didn't talk to each other about it. So I became curious about this. So I looked up the history of the Ancient Ramen. And in the Mayflower Barn, which is where we were, it says, the barn dating back to the 18th century is haunted by a 7-foot-tall dark spectre that acts aggressively towards men but favours a certain type of female. This ominous figure materialises in the barn's doorway, seemingly guarding or protecting something within.
That's mad, though.
I can't explain that.
That's mad, though.
Anyway,
no, generally, that's fucking insane.
Because I had absolutely no prior knowledge to the building and the history, whatever. I just took my mother on this ghost thing and started to laugh. But that's weird. I can't explain that.
That's mad, that is.
So, with that, though, if you had to rationalise it, like, where was the figure?
I'd say it was about 4 foot in front of me, 3-4 foot. And it just looked really tall and like quite blocky. No, just like over time, like I was sort of just looking ahead and then it just looked like something appeared. And that's what I thought. I just thought I've kind of lost my perception of the room. Perhaps it's because we're in a circle, there's people in front of me. Perhaps it's gone all... Yeah, it was dark enough, yeah. And I thought, perhaps it was the event hosts playing a trick where they like stand on one another. But they had that... that waterproof jacket and it's like loud when you move. They had that on, so you would hear that if they were... doing something. But yeah, that is my official ghost story. I've had like little things as well where not long after my grandfather died, I heard something on the landing as if somebody walked across And you know when you just have that feeling that somebody's there or somebody's watching, and I had that, and I was like, I do not want to look. But I'm putting that down to the fact that I just lost my grandfather, and you know your brain goes all.
Could be. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Where else? There wasn't.
I don't have a way of like, because if it's in like in the middle circle of your wall, there. I mean, yes, someone could like sort of squeeze through and sort of like just stood there, but if you're staring and it's pitch black, I mean, even in the dark, your eyes will adjust a little. You know, you'll be able to see like outlines and stuff. But if it just started to materialize, I haven't got a sausage, boss.
No,
it's really weird.
Like, yeah, that's bizarre. Like, I'm a believer in all this shit. I believe it or not.
We're gonna get some cracker stories of Dobbins.
Well, no, the thing is, this is the thing. So my story isn't actually what happened to me. It's what happened to my mother and father.
Right.
And they said it was like both really freaky, but it's like shit like that's always got me interested in ghosts. And then listen to like podcasts and watching films and stuff like that. I've just always been interested in like the supernatural, as they say in French. Les ghosts.
Le
gusta. That's weird though, but like the thing is, like you said, if he was someone in that room, first of all, you would have, if he was already pre-standing in the middle of you, you would have fucking known when you were all being gay and holding hands. But
I have, you know, I held a woman's hand, so he wasn't gay.
I felt
the touch of a woman in the first time in forever.
Was it your mother?
It was my mother. No, that's weird because you would have seen him there.
Yeah.
You know, pre-doing that. And second of all, if someone was like coming in to like stand there, first of all, you would have heard someone trying to creep through like a circle of people.
Yeah.
You know, that's weird.
It is weird. The thing that freaked me out the most was when I looked up the history of the building later and saw that.
Yeah.
Like, it was the specific building that I was in and the specific ghostly figure that I saw. Like, it matched.
Maybe.
Like that's
is this
just...
the place that you told us before that does overnight stays?
Yes.
So maybe what we could do as like if we set a milestone for this channel, if we do like consecutive uploads, we start building a bit of a following, we'll set a milestone. We'll see if we can do a video there.
Yeah.
It's a really good laugh. Like, even if you don't believe it or not, it's really good.
I'll stand there and just go, that's a gin.
That's a gin.
no, it's whiskey's having me.
Are you here?
I'm gonna bring my EMF and spirit box.
I think we'll save yours, Dobbins, for last. You probably got the best ones, I'd imagine.
I've only got the one, so you go next if you want, James.
Right. Okay, well, mine's again not through me. Mine is through my grandfather's experience. So he used to work as like what they call them? The graveyard sort of workers, like do maintenance and stuff like that in graveyards. And
necrophiles.
Talk. No.
We're ticking all the boxes today.
Well, basically, he worked in a cemetery, a local cemetery, right? And he said every sort of night, you just thought he was this bloke walking through the cemetery with a torch and with his dog. And no matter like how close you try to get towards him, like, oh, yeah, okay, you're walking on the cemetery at night, everything right? He said no matter how close you try and get to him, he just stays the same amount of distance away. If you go further away from him, the distance doesn't change between you.
Yeah.
And he fell asleep while he was working. So basically dug a grave. So someone was supposed to be put in there in the morning, and he fell asleep. Now, he got woken up by two people frantically going, come on, but someone's coming in here now. Like, but they said they only found him because they were following this guy and his dog. So he would have been like, they would have put a coffin on top of him if no one looked in first. You know?
That's mad.
Yeah, so that's my one. I don't know if I believe it. My granddad used to be a bit of a pisshead, like. So
this is just been a fucking wild night out. That's all it could have been.
Thing is, this bloke's probably running away from him because this pissed bloke's trying to walk towards him in a cemetery. You know, so
yeah.
Well, it's not even like about being pisshead. Sorry, Thomas, but it's like you don't have to be a pisshead. The thing is, stories change over time. Like some people can't keep their things straight. Like my brother supposedly
kind of fabricated.
And we remember things differently. And because my brother thinks he saw somebody standing on. I used to have a great auntie who had a country house in countryside because I can't name it for doxing reasons. And
She's gonna dox my auntie right now.
She's been dead 10 years, so I'm not worried about
that. Okay.
But anyway, she saw. No, he thinks he saw somebody standing right at the top of the staircase looking down. But then his story kind of changed 3 times because then he said, it waved at him. And then he said, oh, no, he was outside our great auntie's room. And I was like, I don't know what to believe now because it's kind of changed 3 times.
Yeah.
No, it's bad, that.
I think he's just lying, but.
Probably. But kids' imagination as well because we were young. So probably saw like a lamp and thought, shit, that's a person standing there.
No, I've done that. I've had.
We've probably all done.
Do you remember, like, like you could the chair when you were younger? You put like your clothes in like a bag of clothes, something on there, a couple of bags of clothes, and a jacket or something. And I had like sleep paralysis, and I woke up, and to me, it was a very like tall fella sat down, hunched over on the chair, like into his knees, kind of thing. And I was freaking out. But then, sort of as I was coming to, and like actually was like able to process what was going on, I was like, oh, it's just the shit on my chair. Blew my mind.
Yeah.
So it was like just because it was dark and like the way it shaped, it just it helped my mind sort of create that fear.
Yeah.
During like the sleep paralysis. And same with like jackets in the back of the door. You leave a jacket in the back of the door, you're staring like it's at a bloke.
Especially when you're like half asleep, half awake. Yeah. It's kind of like, what the fuck am I looking at? Do you know what I mean?
100%.
No joke. This is how much of a pussy I am. Is my cousin told us the story
Elder's mother's
before.
hand at a seance.
I did, yeah. My cousin said that she had a sleep paralysis episode and she saw a woman stand on the end of her bed. And ever since she told me that, I'm like, right, every time I'm falling asleep, I'm looking at the wall because I want absolutely nothing to do with that. Like, miss me with that. And
it's not fun.
It's not fun because a couple of weeks ago, I did actually experience my first sleep paralysis episode, and fucking disgusting.
I'm touching wood. I've never experienced it.
It is horrible.
Oh, you're an expert.
Well, normally when I'm asleep, I just like my head hits the pillow
face down
until I
face down in the pillow. I'll never see it.
Yeah, I learned. My mother taught me everything I know, so I fall asleep with my face down and ass up.
Explains the bite
Share a
marks
good
on the
mentor
pillow.
herself.
Sorry, mother. Sorry.
So immature. Sorry, Dom.
Sorry, Lise.
So I've kind of got 2 stories. One's a story, and one's
so you're lying now as well.
Yeah.
You only have the one.
Yeah, I know.
See,
You
stories change all the
differently.
time. That's been 5 minutes and it's changed.
No, I know. No, mainly because I wrote down the one I know, and then I messaged my dad to see if he had any other ones, and then he messaged me to remind me about my grandmother's old house, which was haunted. I never had experiences there, but it was fucking haunted. So the first one I'll say is about when my mum and my dad used to live with each other in where we're from, and they had it was a little house. I wasn't alive at the time. It was just my eldest sister, and it was just them 2. And my eldest sister as a baby. Now they used to do like knocks and bangs and stuff like that during the night. My mother said she remembers waking up one night and seeing like a figure of something near the door, and just kind of wrote it off. It's just kind of like, I just could be seeing something. And then she mentioned it to my dad, and my dad went, yeah, I've seen it, and apparently, so every time I tell this, because my mother told me this story first, and every time I tell it to my dad, he's kind of like, yeah, he doesn't believe it, fully. But my mother went to see a medium a couple of weeks later with some friends. She didn't go for herself. She went with her friends. And this medium started describing my mother's house at the time, like the wallpaper, the carpet. And she said she sees a man who's got a beard, then he hasn't got a beard, then he's got a beard, then he hasn't got a beard. Now, for a long time, my dad used to grow like a beard, then cut it off. Grow a beard, cut it off. So she was describing my dad. And my mother found it very weird. She never took the message or stood up or anything and said, "Oh, this is my." She just found it very strange. And they moved out of that house not long after that. Not because of that, because there was just my other sister was coming along and all that. But yeah, I thought that was quite a weird thing.
So it falls again into what Luke was on about, where he was like, he didn't want to mention They saw a tall figure, but then like several of them were like, "Oh yeah, I saw that too."
And this is so. My first thought was like, she woke up from sleeping and thought she saw something. I'm instantly thinking, your brain does weird things while you're mid sleep.
Yeah,
that's just what I. But then the fact that your dad also said, "Oh yeah, I've also seen that," it kind of gives him more
what's the
legs?
Like?
Yeah,
gives him more legs.
Mediums, I don't know. I can't. Like,
it's interesting though. If your mother didn't give any information, didn't go,
she didn't. No,
and they were describing that.
I know, but it's so vague. It's like there's a man in your house that shaves and then doesn't shave and then shaves. It's like, well, that's most men.
I don't shave.
Yeah. But it was more the fact that she described. I can't remember like the exact colours and the wallpaper and stuff. But and my mother said the medium describes the wallpaper and the colour of the carpet like 100%.
Yeah.
And she didn't give anything. She said she didn't write anything. What's that? Sorry.
Was the wallpaper and the carpet popular at the time?
No idea. It's one of those things where this is just I'm relaying a story that I was told.
I have here in spirit, please.
They don't put them down there for nothing, pal.
Oh, let me.
And the next one, it's not really a ghost story.
So what are you doing?
It's my grandmother's old house. It was like an old style cottage. It had like a well in the basement and all that type of crap.
Oh God, this is a good start.
It's already creepy. You know,
grudge.
The house floor was always cold as well because it was tiles. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was always freezing in them. But my grandmother used to say that just used to fall off the wall and shit like that. But she had a friend who I'm not gonna. Is James frozen?
I am frozen. I am.
His camera was glitching out earlier, I noticed.
Yeah, hang on. Let me see if we can.
There we go. Right, we're back.
No face, no case.
We cut like about 2 minutes of what I just said because it was unacceptable.
It was your second story.
Yeah, so pictures used to fall off the wall and shit all the time. You know, I'd only seen a picture fall off once, and I just kind of brushed off as whatever. You know, it could be anything. I didn't feel like it was a ghostly thing. But she had a friend who I'm not going to name because they're not on good terms anymore. But
that's why you're not going to name them.
Yeah, but she used to come over quite regularly, and her and my grandmother would have a couple of drinks, chill. You know, like most people do, like we do, but just not in person.
Yeah.
And this is modern day version of doing it.
Yeah.
And she was a bit, bit loopy, bless her. Lovely woman, bit loopy. But she used to claim that she could feel energies and stuff like that. And the one room she refused to sleep in, like full stop, because she said it just felt bad and there was something in there that she didn't like.
Well,
and then she just refused.
Off, is it?
Yeah.
In that room or the whole house?
The whole house, the pictures used to fall off, but that room, it was just a bit. That's the room I used to sleep in when I used to go up.
It's also man, isn't it?
Great, yeah. I could see my breath.
yeah, I can see my breath.
Ticks off freezing temperatures.
EMF 5, yeah. That's my spirit box in.
Hello, can you hear me? Are you there? Where are you?
How old are you? But yeah, and I don't know. I remember talking to her, asking her about it, and she said like sometimes she just walks into a room, and she feels like someone's there when they're not there.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that's just a mental health illness or it's like genuine, she can just sense something. I don't know, but she just refused to sleep in that room. But she said that's sometimes a good thing of getting away. So her thing was to say that walls have history. So when you go into an old house, if it hasn't been changed for years, that those walls keep that history. So if you go in and you like redecorate or you do something else, it like cleanses the room a little bit. Don't know. She was fucking mental. But it's one of those things, and it's that conversation stuck with me, and I think that was another reason why I kind of got interested in all this crap as well.
Yeah, so something similar to that. Something that stuck with me was my aunt used to regularly go over at friends' house because they were not far from living with each other. And my auntie is very doesn't believe in anything, doesn't even believe in the afterlife, nothing like that, right? And she kept hearing my friend talk about how the calendar on her wall would always swing. Like, not from a breeze, like literally just move crazy. And my auntie was like, didn't believe it, thought it was bullshit. And then she said she went over one night and they were watching something and she could hear like a rustling sound, I guess. And she turned and she literally saw the calendar just swing like this. And she said,
there had to have been something to make it
she
move.
went up and she was looking for like a breeze, was it, draft anyway, or whatever. She couldn't find anything. But she said she just can't think of what could possibly move it at such momentum, because even a breeze would just...
Well,
be
if someone's
constant,
just living in that house hiding and they just...
Could be, just being a prick and just like, woo.
Yeah, just all he's doing... It's basically telling all their friends... Telling all their friends it's haunted, but it's not haunted, it's just me.
But it's like, those are the sort of things I will believe in, because it's like, she doesn't believe in that stuff. I whacked my mic. It was probably me.
Oh, no.
Everyone's on edge.
In all seriousness, I heard it, but like no one else reacted to us. I was like, uh-oh.
This is it. Shaquille O'Neal's coming upstairs.
James, can you see a black figure in front of you? Is that what I mean? Yeah.
No, I see two white boys.
Very pasty.
Right.
You're safe with me, James. Don't you worry.
I really am. I'm really, especially on the honey, but no chance.
Like,
just tequila, you got to worry
personally, the problem is I like to do.
Are you going to gloss over that? It's tequila.
I'm glossing over it.
All right, Dobbins, carry on. Sorry.
I would like to do one of those like ghost adventure stuff like that they do, like people host. The problem is, because you're paying for an experience, I feel like they fake it because you get your money's worth.
But why? Right. So why don't we try and set a milestone with the podcast? Even if we don't get many like viewers, we're doing this for fun anyway. So we can do it as like, if we upload so many episodes, we can justify then. We'll go on a trip, we'll go there, we'll speak to the people who run the event, the thing, and ask them, like, look, can we record a little bit of an episode here? A little bit of something, we'll take to record a few bits, some of the seance stuff and what have you, and just see what they say.
Yeah. I think doing the ghost adventure would be pretty cool, like as a Halloween special or something.
We should also do some abandoned buildings, might be cool.
Yeah.
Abandoned buildings. We'd record a pod episode in there, all of us together.
Can't imagine the tech issues with that.
I can't imagine.
I'll definitely need to be a bit more qualified for that.
No, you don't need. No, it'd be fine because it's not 3 cameras and 3 microphones. No. Might be 3 microphones, but it'd be a laugh.
I am more than down for the ghost thing because it is generally quite fun anyway.
Well, go on.
I was just gonna say, when I went to that ancient ramen, I was talking to one of the guys there, and he was saying he was coming back in March and May with his friends. You can like just book it for yourselves overnight.
Well, why do we do that?
We got to do something.
If we speak to the event organizer, the Dons that run there, I'd say, like, look, do you mind if we record here, and just have a chat with them? It'd be a good laugh, and it might be interesting to pop it up on the channel as well.
Yeah,
the little the Go Ham special.
Just remember not to use the monkey paw. All right.
The monkey paw I'm sound with, but it's the voodoo doll every single time, straight through the heart, every single time.
Oh, I am saying Ouija boards are bullshit.
I don't trust Ouija boards anyway.
I've used 3. Nothing's happened.
There is. I don't believe in it at all. However, not saying goodbye after you put after you use the Ouija board thing, it's not going to work. You have to say goodbye. There's an anxiety there. It's like, what if?
What if? The door.
Exactly. What if now? I've taken the piss here.
They've compared ghosts to stray cats able to follow you home. Don't feed it. Right.
So there is an anxiety. Like, I don't believe in it, but I don't know if it's just like my upbringing or anything. But when I had my own Ouija board, every time I fucked around with it, I thought it was a bit funny, a few drinks, maybe showing it off to the missus or what have you. And then when you've got to finish it, you get up the planchette and you're like, okay, goodbye. And you take the planchette off, you put it, and you're like, I have to do that. I don't know. It's like a little anxiety in the back of my head. Like, what if though?
Yeah, no, I'm completely the same. Like, my mother is quite. She likes to consider herself a witch. She's not, but she's like into that type of vibe,
Yeah,
like, she likes reading about it and stuff like that, and she's very strong on she's very strong on paganism. My stepdad identifies as a pagan. He thinks he's a pagan.
He thinks.
That's fine. Whatever you. No, he doesn't. My stepdad. He's a legend. He's a legend.
You love him.
But he spiritually, goes as like a pagan and stuff, and everyone has a different opinion on it. Some people are strong against ghosts, like, no, they don't fucking exist because science can't explain it. And that's fair enough. I get that, because there's so many things like, if there's no evidence of it, how can I believe it?
There's not a cracking idea. Religion tier list.
No. No.
Our last ever podcast.
Yeah, it just be our last ever podcast, and just as the podcast is ending, I'll be opening my doors like, is that a nail bomb? And then
it's like OS tier, not an issue.
Everyone's S tier. Everyone's S tier. Apart from creationists,
and moments.
They can go in D tier.
And moments.
I don't. I'd be careful. There's a strong Mormon community where you're from, right? There's a Mormon church.
To be fair, I don't have a problem with Mormons. No, I don't.
You don't have a problem with anyone, right?
Oh, yeah. Just, we're in a very fragile place when it comes to religion in the world at the moment. We don't have a problem with any of them.
I'll do another voiceover due to a fragile society.
Ghosts.
So yeah, that's like the ghost segment that I wanted to do, and I think it is an interesting topic because there's so many different elements to it. As in, like, everyone has a different opinion on it.
Yeah.
You either believe it, you don't believe it, or you go like me, where I want to believe it, but until something's happened to me, I can't believe it.
I'm open to believing it, but it's got to be something concrete. It's got to be like all three of us see something at the same time.
Cement! That's concrete, baby!
But I mean, like, what we could do if any of you do watch and you have had an experience, leave it in the comments. We could have a little segment. If enough of you leave, your own experience, we could do like a little readout. Have a little read through on the pod, see what we think about the experience you've had, and if we think it's cap or not.
Yeah, we're just gonna have some fucking comment about their uncle rubbing them in the sleep or something.
Again, sorry about that.
I thought he was a ghost. It was just my uncle. He used to massage my legs every night. The ghost did. I don't know.
There was always breaths.
I used to wake up and there was ectoplasm all over my bed sheets.
Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
You can snap it with a toffee hammer, my dude.
The toffee.
Anyway, that's enough on ghosts this week.
You laugh so loud, your mic peaked that whole time. It's just it's not big all out.
It doesn't pick up your laugh.
Yeah. No,
right, okay. Yeah, it's because it keeps peaking when I laugh.
A fake laughter or something.
just like the Siri robot voice. Ha.
I'll put a Jimmy Carr laugh in, actually. I think that'll be good.
Jimmy, put that in. Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was a good segment to talk about. Maybe we can revisit it again. If you, like James said, if you have any stories, just comment and we'll read out and have a talk about it, see if we believe it.
Specifically about ghosts. I don't care about anything else.
Oh, that could be a good idea. If people actually do it. I mean, we get any views. Comment below your ghost stories.
About anything else.
And we'll decide on a podcast if it's scary or not. If it's spooky or not.
That's literally what I said.
But I'm taking credit for it.
I'm
going to cut you out. I put myself in.
He's doing this to me.
He's doing that thing like the guy who said the joke versus the guy who said the joke louder.
Literally. But I think if you would like to see more spooky segments, or even if it's like reviewing some clips maybe, and see if we think is that edited, is it fake, how can we spot it's edited, that might be a bit of a laugh. There's a few spooky subreddits out there, and
AI ghosts.
AI ghosts. But some of them are genuinely watch. You think I couldn't possibly tell how this is edited, and some you look at it and you think that was literally made in Gary's mod. So what are you doing?
Do that instead, because we're guaranteed to get something. Read a Reddit ghost story. Decide if it's bullshit or not. Is it scary or not?
It's on Reddit. It's going to be bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, we could have a look at those. But yeah, I think we do either every other episode or every episode we'll do a small segment. We'll review a few spooky stuff that we all like. A bit of spooky.
I agree. That'd be awesome. So anyway, that's been the ghost segment of this week.
Guys, breaking news.
Da, da, da.
There's been some shenanigans we got to shine the spotlight on.
Intro. Cue intro.
That was the intro. That's all I've got. My mouse has stopped working. With.
Anyway, so basically, there's a new segment that we're going to have weekly, and James is going to introduce it a bit better now when his mic is working. When his mic is working.
My mic.
And we're going to do it every week. And this is going to be, we'll have like a main segment, and this will be the last segment. We just talk about different topics. So, James, over to you, sir.
I think this one definitely made a few headlines. Elon Musk at Trump's inauguration.
Yes.
Do you want to finish that?
Inauguration.
I'm not finishing it.
All I will say is I did not see this coming.
I did not see this coming.
But that salute was. I don't think it was
very
patriotic.
Nazi-ish. Yeah.
Very.
Do you think he did it deliberate or not?
Right. Yes.
I gotta be honest. I think he's constantly trying to push the boundaries just to see where he can get away with.
I think he's doing it and then like trying to see how he can get out of it. Like I'm sorry, people will get over it. I can do whatever I want.
What are your thoughts on Musk in general?
I used to like the book. I thought he was cool, like quite funny. Like he was building flamethrowers for a laugh, and then I don't know, man. Became a bit of a gimp. Like
he went from a very likable character, apart from the fact that he invented PayPal, and I hate PayPal.
They're under fire.
Yeah, but the fact that he went from being quite a likable genius to everyone he's just a cunt. He is just a twat, like, you know what I mean? He's like, and the thing is, my issue with this is, right, so he clearly did a Nazi salute. I don't give a shit what anyone else says, right? He clearly done, and he knew what he was doing, because he done it to the people, and then he done it to Donald Trump, which is exactly what they did in Nazi Germany. So they just turned around to the Führer, and then they, whatever. But the problem is, a lot of people
show us a demonstration.
I'm not showing you a demonstration. So the problem is that everyone's saying it's a Roman salute, which originally it is. So it was originally an Italian salute that the Nazis adopted. But my problem is with this is, right, first of all, it's synonymous with the Nazis now, okay? It's now a Nazi salute.
Well, you can be arrested for doing it.
Exactly. So the problem, what's going to happen next? He's going to show up at the next rally with a swastika on his arm, and everyone's going to go, that's actually originally the Hindu piece of, you know what I mean? It's a symbol of peace. It is, originally, but fucking Hitler took it. How fucking thick are you? And then it's just like, there's loads of people commenting saying, have you seen pictures of like Obama and all these other politicians? And it's just them reaching. Yeah. And they said, they were doing it. I said, like, play the video of them actually doing it. And they're just pointing like this. That's all they're doing. And when he proper went like that and did it, the fucking idiot. How mad is that? A bloke whose entire family gained money from profiting from apartheid in South Africa. How is he? Do you know what I mean? It's so fucking wake up, motherfuckers. But oh well, that's my opinion on it.
That's a strong opinion. Well, I tell you what, moving on. No ounce of audio from you there. Yeah. Not an ounce of audio.
What about now? Can you hear that?
Not a single clap was given.
Thank you. Before we move on, does anyone else have an opinion on that?
No, I agree. I kind of used to like Elon Musk as well. I thought, he was pretty cool what he's doing, especially with like the space stuff, because like the stuff he's done with the rockets and their team is incredible. But he
even Tesla, everyone wanted a Tesla at one point. Yeah. But like as soon as he started getting like meme famous, it was like, okay, I'm just gonna play into this character. He's
so obsessed with like just being accepted and liked by people. Did you see that he faked the Diablo gaming?
Yeah, no, it wasn't Path of Exile. It was Path of Exile.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was like showing off. So he had like, I'm assuming like a ghost crew who played this character, got it max rank, and then he had no idea actually how to play the character. He wasn't explaining anything correctly, properly. Like he was explaining like he just picked up the game for the first time and had a beginner's tutorial on what things are. And that was it. He tried to take credit for that character. And it's just like, brev, no one. Did you see the same? He done the same thing like his Elden Ring build. We had, was it 3 different shields? Yeah. Like, why are you using a shield for a start anyway? But we gloss past that. But he's just reaching now. He's like, look, I'm a gamer. I'm funny. I'm with the memes. I didn't like something, so I bought Twitter, and now I can do what I want.
Well, that's my thing. His downfall started when he bought Twitter and turned it to X. That was like the start of his downfall. Everyone realised, he's just a twat. And just to close this argument up, I just remembered seeing the tweet that there's one person who stuck up for him, and that person was Piers Morgan. So straight away, you've lost your argument, in my opinion. Yeah, if Piers Morgan is saying you should misinterpret what someone's doing about a Nazi salute, then 100% you're in the wrong and you're a cunt.
Yeah.
Next topic.
I think Joe Rogan actually defended him as well, which was kind of disappointing.
I think Joe Rogan tries to like everyone though, doesn't he?
You're joking, Joe Rogan.
I think it was on a podcast with Lex. What's his name? Friedman or whatever.
Well,
but,
I wonder what Ethan Klein has to say about this.
This is going to be another podcast of hating Ethan Klein.
Yeah.
Right. Moving on then. So we had Trump's first week as president. Trump, he wanted to rename the Gulf of Mexico. And can you guess what he wanted to name it to?
South America.
Not far off. You had one word right there. The Gulf of America. The UK have officially stated they will not recognise it as the Gulf of America. It's so stupid. Like, I'm changing the name. It's arse. I don't know why he's doing it.
He's also, sorry, I was laughing at fucking Luke.
The Gulf of America.
The Gulf of America is still technically America. I walked in and I said, "This is Gulf. This is America." he's a cunt.
Essentially,
I've said that word a lot.
Essentially, then he also said he's going to release the files on the JFK assassinations, and then what was it? Was it something else?
Martin Luther King.
What have they got to release?
Yeah, Martin Luther King. So there's files about the assassinations never been made public, and he's threatening to put out. He said when he read them, so only when you get elected as president, you get to read the files.
Fuck that shit. I want to know about 9/11.
Sorry, I'm listening. I am listening. It's the fact that I can imagine him. It's probably bullshit. He's probably like, I've read so many files. Every time I read them, I go, great files. This is a file. Great files. Best files. Every time I read a file, someone says, no one's ever read a file like you do. I go, it's just natural. And it's just like, what's happened is he's read a file and he's just gone, oh yeah, I'm just going to make that public. And basically these files have been released and it's got to go, bloke got shot.
Yeah.
Probably, but it's been made a big deal of, like, apparently it's got like something quite dark about it. Like, I don't know how you get more dark than watching someone's wife try to scoop up your brains. Well,
there's a theory of the JFK assassination. I don't know if you've ever seen it. So
we'll save that for possibly going for and maybe another episode.
I'm interested now. I love conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Take it away. So we can do another episode on conspiracy theories. I need to hear this one.
Have you ever heard? If you're listening, you aren't from the UK, you may not know him. But do you guys know the illusionist Darren Brown? Yeah?
Yeah.
No.
He's like a magician / illusionist. I've seen him live a couple of times. He's phenomenal, right? He's more of a hypnotist than a magician, really. And there was a rumor that the guy, I can't remember the guy's name who killed JFK. Is it something Oswald?
Lee Harvey Oswald?
Lee Harvey Oswald, yeah.
Was that it? Is that right? Should we have a quick Google?
It is Lee Harvey Oswald.
Some randomer. Well, I did do it.
Yeah, it was Dave from Down the Pub. It was Lee Harvey Oswald. Okay, so there was a rumor. So when you watch the footage, there's a woman wearing a specific black and white pattern dress, and he says that he can't remember doing it. So Darren Brown done a test where he took a random person. He done like loads of interviews with loads of different people, and he took this one person, and his aim was to try and hypnotize him to kill a celebrity, and he set up a fake assassination on Stephen Fry, basically. But he made him so a woman sat next to him in like a black and white polka dot dress, and he went into like a trance immediately, and then just got up and just shot Stephen Fry. So it's like it was to prove that it is possible. Yeah. So it is. They've proved that it can be done, but whether that's actually what happened or he was just trying to.
Well, anyway,
that's a shit one. I don't believe the hypnotism.
Basically, though,
watch the documentary though. It's really
going to release those files apparently regarding the same with Martin Luther King as well.
What's the Martin Luther King one though? The bloke just got shot by a racist.
But that's the thing. Like he
wasn't actually racist.
I think.
He wasn't. I read the file. He was a nice bloke. He was a nice guy, casual guy. Someone said to me, "You're the best person I've ever known how to identify a guy." That's a guy, and he's not a racist.
Does anybody care about Martin Luther King stuff though? Like this assassination? I feel like 9/11 would be way more interesting.
What, the files about 9/11?
Yeah.
No, even he wouldn't do that.
No.
Even he wouldn't do that.
There would be another file for Donald Trump if he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, well, that file just says we need oil. That's what that.
Yeah.
We need oil.
Drill, baby, drill.
And then the last thing he done, which we won't really touch upon too much, I hope so, because it might be a bit controversial, is the two-sex policy.
Ah.
Oh,
yes,
no.
I was waiting for it. No, I'm joking.
He was waiting for this. He said, James, when you're doing this, I need you to mention the two-sex policy. I have some things I need to get off my chest.
I have some juicy
as many of them did.
Was that a pair of tits?
Ha ha ha. Very funny. Very good. Very nice. Well, again. Well, I think again, it just goes to show that he has the power to do shit like that. Like, no matter what you believe in, if, I've got friends who are trans, and if you're born and you're not comfortable in your own skin, you should be able to live life how you want, At the end of the day, everyone's different. Everyone's an individual. And if you want to live a certain way, you do what you want, I don't understand the ones... This is just from someone who doesn't understand their point of view. It's like people who don't assign themselves to any gender, or don't assign themselves to a gender that doesn't really exist on a spectrum. It's just like a spectrum that's kind of, this is how that person feels. I don't understand them because I don't be taught about them, and I don't know much about them to be able to say, well, this is shit, this is what I don't understand, But I kind of get where he's coming from, a male and female, but, people should be able to live how they want and not be judged. It's land of the free with free speech. So people should be able to live and say whatever they want.
I fully agree.
Thank you.
I fully agree on the statement of, like, if you have someone who also has trans mates, like, when they're not comfortable at birth, for their assigned gender at birth, basically what they're born with, and they want to change it. I fully agree with it, and you said as well, I don't understand, the outside of the standards types of identification, where they're going for things that aren't real, or as animals even, or as objects and aliens and things. It's like, look, there is a line on fantasy, but at the end of the day, I don't understand that. This is probably why, there's not much I can say on it, because I just don't get it. I've not really talked to anyone who is a part of it.
Yeah.
But the policy itself is wild to be able to tell someone, yeah, by the way, fuck your feelings. You have to be, you can dress like a bloke, you can tell people you're a bloke, but your birth certificate, your driver's license, you'll only ever be male or female. That's what it was at birth. Is kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Because, as you said, freedom of speech.
Exactly. And this is three straight white men talking about this. Yeah. So we know what we're on about.
Have you not told them yet, Luke?
What?
You said three straight white men.
I don't identify as white.
So you were the big man.
He identifies as an iced gem.
An iced gem, yeah. No, I kind of, I don't know. I agree to an extent. I'm fine with
who? You agree with who?
The transgenderism argument.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I can accept that you may be born and not feel like the gender that you were assigned to at birth. So you go through a transition, you go from one to the other, but I can't accept or buy this. The non-binary stuff. I'm going to say I don't care. I don't accept the non-binary, the two-spirited. I just think...
I think, right, I know what you mean, because if someone was screaming at me because I couldn't guess that they identified as a penguin, you know what I mean? I'm not going to... I'm going to be frustrated. Why are you mad? How am I supposed to know what you identify as and what you look like what you want from me?
The actual definition of transgender is you don't identify as the genders you were assigned to as birth. So by default, you just it doesn't matter if you're non-binary or blah, blah, blah. You by default transgender. So what's the point in going through all the things?
Well, that's where I mean, like, for me, I look at it in some of it plays off. It just seems more like they don't want to live in reality with it, and it's like they want to create their fantasy about, like, people who say they identify as elves or aliens. Like, obviously you're not, though. Like, you are role playing in your head, but don't forget there are people out there that will get like plastic surgery and think they will look amazing, and they've had like hundreds and hundreds of different surgeries, and they look like aliens by the end of it. You know, they look. Fuck, there are people. Like, there are people who just mentally.
Have you seen that bloke?
Furries are a different category.
Let's not go into that. Let's not go into that.
The furries.
Have you seen that bloke who like spent like put himself into crippling debt to try and look like David Beckham?
Yes.
Have you seen that?
And he does not look anything like him.
He looks nothing like David Beckham. He's just a fat bloke with a slick back. That's all he is. I'll try and find a photo now. It is generally the most stupidest thing. Bloke. I didn't even know what to type in.
But I tell you what, while Dobbins looking for that, I will go into. I get what you mean but say you're acceptable.
Sorry, I just saw the two side by side photo and it just fucking killed me.
Post it in the chat and Luke will pop it up on screen when he edits.
God, I'm such an old man. Trying to fucking. There we go. You can't send messages in this chat. What the fuck are you on about? Oh, there we go. I'm an idiot.
Oh my god.
Why is his face so small compared to the rest of his head?
But he looks so pleased with himself as well.
Do you know what he looks like? It looks like the front of like a train like from Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh, let's not go on Sam Smith. I can't stand him. But that is just... that looks nothing like... And he spent like thousands. Like he put it... There we go. Guy spends $26,000. $26,000 to look like David Beckham's mentally disabled cousin. Yeah, like he just looks stupid. He just looks like a thick cunt. As he looks.
Well, moving on from that one. Let's get that one out of the way. Okay, so it was a French
next shenanigan.
The next shenanigan. French woman was scammed out of $850,000 by basically I'm assuming I read somewhere I said a Nigerian scammer was linked to it. So, but basically she thought she was messaging Brad Pitt. And Brad Pitt was saying like he needs cancer treatment, can't afford it because his cancer frozen, because he's going through a divorce right now. And she believed him. And she was sending him money. She divorced her millionaire husband, it says in the article. Millionaire husband, because she thought she was going to be with Brad Pitt. Now, the photos, Luke will probably put them around here. They look so stupid.
Everything.
They are so fucking... They're so
it
fucking
just
stupid.
looks so shit. She fell for it.
How old is she? Do you know how old the woman was?
I didn't look. It didn't even say her name when I was looking into it.
If she's less than 53, she's 50. Yeah, it makes complete sense.
I was odd that you would go 53 after Luke said 53.
Well, it's just like I don't understand. Like when I used to work for like a mobile phone company, and people would come in and they get scammed and say that the mobile phone company messaged them on WhatsApp saying they're ready to upgrade. It's like, why would a fucking major network message you saying, "Oh yeah, you're due for an upgrade," and then basically what these scammers would do would tell them they were having a good deal, and then basically put them on like a Samsung Fold contract, like the most expensive phone you can get, and then they tell them to send it back to their headquarters, then they could just sell it on. Like, how thick can you be for a major net? And like, this is probably exactly like what this woman was doing. She got messaged and she thought, this is fucking Brad Pitt, this man with 3 followers, non-verified account.
Well,
and who has £800,000 in their bank to give to some stranger anyway?
Her husband was a millionaire. That's all I know from that one. But basically, she found out. So she divorced her husband. It wasn't getting divorced. She divorced her husband. She fully committed to this Brad Pitt, this Nigerian Brad Pitt, right? And basically, the scammer used like edited photos, used a bit of AI, and she found out when she saw Brad Pitt and his missus on TV. I think it was like the award, something with awards or something. I can't remember what she saw.
He's doing he's doing a lot of press because he's making a Formula One film, so it could be on.
Oh, it could be on that.
Yeah, he was on F1 like every other weekend. So I don't know how she didn't know.
Yeah. My personal favourite is that she said, and I quote, "She's not crazy or moron. I just got played. I admit it, and that's why I come forward, because I am not the only one." No, love, you're a fucking moron.
There are right. They made a whole show called Catfish. You got Catfish America and Catfish UK. Yeah. There's probably other catfish shows out there, and 9 times out of 10 you are being catfished. Now, I want to know why she thought, yes, Brad Pitt wants me. This French woman who's not. I mean, I've never.
Don't put it down that much. It can't be that ugly.
What I mean is that you fucked it though. You fucked it. I've lost my train of thought.
It's just weird, isn't it? Like I said earlier, like thing is, some scams you can kind of like, I get why you've fallen for that.
Royal Mail one was a massive one. So
the Royal Mail, I still get them all the time, and I still get people ringing me pretending they're in a mobile network that I used to work for. So I will literally just go, no, fuck off. I know you're not. I remember once. I remember once one of them rang me and I just went, no, fuck off, hung up. And my stepmother went, don't speak to people like that. I was like, they're trying to fucking scam me on my money. Why would I? They scam millions of old people every year. So I go, oh no, sorry. Do you mean this?
Same with the Amazon ones. There were a mad amount of Amazon ones. There was, for a company I worked for at the time in a technical department regarding more wells. And we'd have customers call up regularly about like they're receiving like 50 calls within an hour saying they're from Amazon, but it's always like an automated voice saying they're over like five grand or something. It's like who's believing that? But they call like 50 times in an hour, and sometimes you go on for 2 or 3 hours.
And then one I've seen is that your direct debit to X whatever streaming service or has been declined. Refill in your details here, and you click on the link, and then you just fill it. Like, to be fair though, I generally think old people fall for this shit.
Yeah.
But I remember when there was one going around for the network I worked at, and a person I worked with, her boyfriend fell for it. He actually filled in the fucking information from the text message, and I was like, how thick are you? For the fact that you're young and you know how technology works and you still fall for that. Like, I don't get it. Jen, don't give any sensitive information away to anyone you don't know. Do you know what I mean? It makes it.
No, 100%. And the thing is, I almost fell for a Royal Mail one.
I'm talking about that. This is our sponsor, NordVPN.
Yeah.
Well, I almost fell for a Royal Mail one because I was waiting on a delivery.
That's the thing, when you're waiting on a delivery.
Exactly. I had a text who said, oh, sorry we missed you. To reschedule a delivery, it'll cost you £2.49. Fill out this link. I was like, okay, we'll start charging for it now. So I pressed on the link. And not directly. I put the link through
malware.
No, so I put the link through like a shitty laptop at the time. It was a laptop that I basically didn't care what happened to it. It had nothing of mine on there. I didn't have any photos, nothing. It was just a shitty old laptop that I just didn't use. And I whacked it on there. It opened up, and it locked off. It was the Royal Mail website, almost print for print, but like little things were wrong, like they're missing, or it just looked a little bland. And I was just comparing them. I was like, And I think it was at the bottom. Like, I think the Royal Mail has or had sponsors at the bottom.
Yeah,
something like that. And this website didn't, and I was like, yeah, no chance. But I almost did. I was like, I almost went to, but I always used to put links. I used to be quite like worried about.
I think the thing we're missing though with this is the fact that we're talking about like, oh yeah, scams that people fall for. This woman fell for someone pretending to be Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
can't really just make it.
First of all, Brad Pitt is probably like a multi-millionaire, right? I'd say probably he is a multi-millionaire, right? I love Brad Pitt, right? But why would he message someone randomly going, but my card's declined? He wouldn't ring you. He'd ring his fucking accountant. He wouldn't message some random fucking country.
It's got to be like a game that went on for months, you know? Like, you're getting divorced as well, and she got divorced. So I mean,
especially when it's like £800,000. Most banks wouldn't just wire £800,000 if it was, you know.
And also, they talk about like the advancement and development of AI, and we're not going to know what's real or not. If people are falling for shit like this, we are fucked in the future. Like, when it gets better, we are beyond fucked.
Advanced AI scams. It's just the AI scamming us for money for no reason. They don't need it.
We're not going to know what's real or not.
Exactly. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? This is why they try to moderate AI, because it's like some AIs can still produce like really illegal shit. So they try and refine it so it can't do all that type of crap. But it's like people just fall for the most stupidest things. It's insane. Like, it's just the fact that why would Brad Pitt message some random? I don't generally. I'm going to lose sleep over this. I'm going to be going to bed later and going, this stupid bitch. Like, how can he be so fucking stupid? Like, I don't get it. I've seen like the memes, you know, like Ronaldo message you saying, "I approve it's you," and it's just.
But it's the same. Have you seen those Facebook pages or like art pages, like? And every once in a while, you see an AI art image, and people are like, "Oh, it's amazing! The artist who painted this is so talented." Or like, it's one of like an African child who's built an Iron Man robot in the depths of like the sands of Africa, and it's like, obviously that's not real. It's AI. It just looks fake. You're looking at it like he's got 9 toes and 6 arms, and his knees bent the other way, and the robot itself, just nothing looks real on it. It all makes the shapes, yes, but when you look at it, you can't tell what anything really is. And people are like, "Oh, God bless them! I can't believe they're so talented. Get them signed up with, I don't know, NASA." They are. I'm like, dog, it is AI.
Yeah. The thing is, if it's on Facebook, they're hitting the target audience and of mothers and grandmothers.
Exactly. Well, this is the thing. So I was just saying, sometimes it's not even AI. It's just photos from someone else. So I saw this. Where we're from, there's like a group like of, you know, there's always like a group on Facebook, like Something Matters or like Council Truce and stuff like that. Yeah. And there was one, and someone said there was a baby left in like the police station, and we don't know who the parents are. There was a picture of like police officers just holding a baby. I was like, right, there's so many wrong things with this image. One, the bloke had a Mexican name. He was something like J. Juarez, and he had a handgun. And he was wearing the wrong police uniform, but people were still angry, like, I can't believe they're doing this in, you know, where we're from. It's like, it's clearly not from me, is it? Like, how fucking up are you? Like, I don't understand. It's the fact that I can see the people who fucking like and share. One is either really alone single mothers who just have nothing else to do apart from crave attention. No offense. Or
no offense.
No offense. Or it's old people.
We've just lost the demographic now.
It's just old people who have their glasses down here going, "Oh, Derek, you never know what I just left at the police station." And they like share and they go, "Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it." It's like, not everything you see is fucking real. Doing it's generally.
We only heard the end of that. It just sounded like it was in the distance.
No, I know exactly what you mean though, because they'll just post like shit that just blatantly isn't true, and it doesn't like the image doesn't even match to what they have said. It's obviously not about like where we are from, you know, Wales. It's not about it because they've got guns or these very obvious tells, and people are just like, I can't believe this.
They didn't. Most police outfits that in the UK, it says the word police on there. It didn't even say the word fucking police on the uniform. It literally just had like a little thing and the officer's name. We don't have that here. No, we have numbers. We don't have names. We have numbers. So how thick are people? It's insane. Generally, it winds me up how fucking stupid people
are. It's only going to get worse.
It is insane.
Yeah, it's all downhill from here, buddy.
Yeah. So that went from some stupid bitch listening to thinking she was talking to Brad
multiple
Pitt
stupid bitches.
to me basically full of mocking single mothers.
A very chaotic and first, but that concludes our spotlight shenanigans.
Spotlight shenanigans.
It might be a weekly, it might be fortnightly. We'll see on the uploads and what happens. Daily.
Fuck
yeah, I'm not the BBC.
Daily.
Not happening. But anyhow, moving on. What have we got next? We got anything next?
No, I think so.
All right, so boys.
That was it.
Let's go wrap it up.
That's it. That was watching. No, I think Spotlight Shenanigans is really good because it's, you know, everything changes every week, and there's always big fucking shit going on. It's mainly political, unfortunately.
Some of it's funny though.
Some of it is very funny. Yeah,
especially with Trump.
That's the thing.
We're gonna have a wild 4 years.
Especially, he's just fucking. The thing is with Trump, right? I hate him, but he's just so interesting to watch because he's just so insane. Like I think I mentioned it last week, like that fucking interview he done when they killed that terrorist, and he done like a 45-minute speech, improvised. He wasn't reading anything. He just going, Abdul Baghdadi is dead. He died like a dog in the street. And he's like 45 minutes, uninterrupted, mind. No press asked a question. And he just goes on about how they killed him. He goes, he died. They shot him. He cried. I don't know if he cried, but I imagine he'd cry. It's like, what the fuck am I watching?
Trump is a fever dream, though, isn't he?
I think that's why he gets voted in, because no matter who he's up against, like Kamala Harris, she's a great woman and a great politician, but the problem is when you're up against someone as insane and so like when you're watching something that Donald Trump is doing, you can't help but watch it because he's just so fucking stupid and like so bizarre and so unlike anyone else because you recognize Donald Trump straight away. Do you know what I mean? And no one will ever beat him because he's just that type of.
Yeah,
well, this is his last time in office now, isn't it? But the
well,
some people have been saying that he might be the last president of the US.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. So there's only one president that's run 3 times. Correct me if I'm wrong, Google, but I think it was Roosevelt, and he changed the law that he actually could do a 3rd term.
Was it to do with the war? Though? Was Roosevelt in the war?
Roosevelt was the one during the war. I think it was Roosevelt who served 3 terms. I think
there is a policy where, like, if you're in a war state, the president can stay.
You can't do another
because, like, kind of like Ukraine, Zelensky is still in because they're at war.
Is that why? That makes sense so. Then.
I will fact check myself post editing.
This man.
Science.
Right.
Science, bitch.
While Luke's
anyone have?
That,
I was about to say, does anyone have any off-the-cuff topics they'd like to talk about while we're here?
I don't really have a segment. It's just something I want to bring up, which we might go into the next podcast. Is mentioned on it earlier, conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Does Beyonce run Hollywood? All that stuff.
She does. Yeah.
But we can go into that into the next podcast. And if anyone does watch this and you do want to hear us have a little pissed ramble about it, chuck it in the comments, leave a like, we'll have a nose. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Couldn't hold you pissed for that long, I could have.
Well, no, I really couldn't. I was on the verge of pissing myself.
To make it worth it, I will see off a little fireball.
For the pod. Should one of us? I done that stupid fucking drink last week. Should we just all do one bad drink? We each all go next week.
Yeah.
There you go. You gonna do it all?
That's a 50ml bottle of Fireball, you know.
Yeah, you'll be right, man. That's a double.
I've got something to say if nobody else has. It's actually more of a rant more than something to say.
Oh,
so am I allowed to rant?
Of course you are.
Thank you very much.
Because
I think
the floor is yours.
Thank you.
Maybe we could do this as a segment. Everyone has a weekly rant, and we'll call it "The Floor Is Yours." Luke, the floor is yours.
Sorted. Right. This pissed me off to a monumental degree, and it's probably going to be something so minuscule and obscure and make me look like a psycho. But I have to speak my mind on this. Okay.
Okay.
I pay for YouTube Premium. Okay.
Thank you.
I know. I'm a scrub loser. Yeah. We've only got 24 hours in a day. I don't want to watch them looking at adverts for Trivago and life insurance. Okay. I got shit to do. I got stuff to watch. But anyway, I set up a direct debit on the 21st because that's when I get paid. Therefore, you would expect the payment to get taken on the 21st.
No, you probably get a bill.
Why the fuck do I get a notification at 4:10 in the afternoon on the 20th to say insufficient funds, your card was declined? Don't fucking take the money on that day then. It should come out on the 21st.
No, that's fucked. Yeah. They can't take it before.
And then like it failed, and then when come the 21st, they try again, and it went through. Yeah, because I got fucking capital the capital establishment gone nuts. They're taking payments before they're even allowed to, and it needs to stop.
How many times has this happened?
It's happened a couple of times now, but it just really wound me up last Sunday, whenever the 20th was.
Do you know what else pisses me off?
Go on.
Have you tried to contact Microsoft support?
James, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Have you ever tried to contact Microsoft support?
I have.
Oh,
biggest waste of time known to man, right?
Yes.
I am paying for. Don't know how this has happened. I think I basically never cancel some of them. I'm paying for 3 Xbox Game Pass Ultimates. I cannot cancel 2 of them.
I remember you saying about this before, and I was like, "What the fuck you on about?"
Yeah, I can't cancel 2 of them. So I've contacted Microsoft support, and they were like, "Well, where are they?" I was like, "Well, no, that's why I'm ringing you because I'm being charged it. Here's the payment reference." They're like, "Yeah, no, can't. You have to cancel it." I'm like, "This is why I'm getting in touch with you because I cannot cancel it." So one is being charged.
Was it ever figured out?
Bill. No, I'm still paying it.
Mate, I'd go nuts.
I've been going nuts. That's why the floor is mine.
I am nuts.
Yeah. It's doing my head in. I'm paying for it. I've contacted them. They're like, "Yeah, no, son, you got to cancel it." Yeah, I know.
That's why he's going to slander them on a public platform.
Microsoft.
Fuck you, Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Shit all back. Sort it out. But no,
I mean,
genuine.
most customer services is a bit shit. Like, I've run Dell customer services before, and they were fucking dreadful.
Oh, yeah, but they just want nothing to do with you anyway.
No. Like, there's some customer services, but like my energy supplier. I remember I would talk to them on the phone, and they were too good. Do you know when they keep on asking you questions, and you're like, "Mate, I've got shit to do today. I know you're just trying to be nice, and you've done absolutely everything perfectly, you know."
Yeah.
And when I renewed my insurance, same problem. They saved me a shit ton of money, and they kept on asking me like really nice questions just to help them. Like, "Mate, fuck off. I've done what you know. Again, you're just trying to be good at your job."
Would you?
But I've got shit. Would you kindly? I've got shit to do today. Do you know what I mean? I can't be asked to talk to today.
No, 100%. I know what you mean because so it's nice to speak to a customer service representative. That's nice to speak to. They'll ask you how your day's going. You know, maybe even ask you what's your plans. Any plans for the weekend or something? You know, and you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm getting pissed recording a party." But
What party?
party.
Why you need to go party?
But the fucking
yeah, nice, bro. I go party every day.
Microsoft's a different level, man.
They're unbelievable.
They just don't actually listen to you. Like, "Okay, I've tried. I can't find it to cancel it. I've only got one Microsoft account. There should be no way I cannot view 2 payments." And one of them was meant to be free, see, with my BT broadband, which I switched to another provider, and I was free for 12 months, I think, with BT broadband. I switched to another provider, and I was being charged for it, but I can't cancel it because I can't have access to that account. But then the Microsoft account that I linked it to says it's not on there, and so I can't even use the 2 I can't find either because when I log in, it would tell me to subscribe to it, but I want Xbox Game Pass on my PC. So I pay for it 3 times. Once I can use, the other 2 I can't. And it just fucking grips with
I think the only solution here
is contact my bank and cancel payments.
That's one.
They can't. They are cunts.
They're awful. It's the worst customer service. The thing is, they're not that bad. The thing is, they just don't acknowledge what you've said. They're like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Let's have a look for you." Okay, so I can see. Where is the payment coming from? My bank. One's coming from my bill. It's being charged to my bill. I can't remove it. They tell me I need to contact you. I'm contacting you. Can you sort something? Well, where is it? Oh, that's what I'm asking you. Because it's not a part of my account.
That's why
I wouldn't be speaking to you now if I could find it. Because trust me, I can cancel it myself. Evidently not, though. Which is why, I think it's been like 3 years I've been paying for it, but I can't.
I remember you telling me about this ages ago.
Yeah.
And you're still fucking paying for it.
Well, I can't cancel one because it's on my mobile bill. When I ring my mobile provider, they can't cancel it because it's a charge to bill, which is fair enough. So it's being charged to the bill. They're not actually charging me. They are getting charged and they're applying the charge to me. Fair enough. Then tell me where it's coming from, please, because no one else fucking can. Even Microsoft aren't telling me where it's coming from. They won't even cancel it.
If Microsoft don't know where it's coming from, then who the fuck is going to know where it's coming from?
Exactly. I think they're just not asked. They're like, if you can't give me details, I can't get it cancelled. They're like, mate.
Yeah, I think you should just try and just take it as high as possible. Just like try and find some way of escalating it to the point where you just.
Well, that's the thing. They can't.
I'm moving to Apple. Fuck you.
I can't go through security for the account because it's not my account. I don't understand. Maybe I have been scammed and I just haven't realized it. I've just been paying for the Xbox.
Someone has just played the new Indiana Jones game and laughed. They be fucking laughing. Some cunt playing my Game Pass.
I'm
fucking Rocket League for nothing.
One was through BT, and I think it just carries over. See if you don't cancel it. But I never got it to work. But I did try to activate it, and because I wasn't being charged for 12 months, that's rolled over. Yeah. And I tried to cancel that one. That one hasn't worked. And then the one that's linked to my EE bill, I haven't got a clue. But there's no other suspicious payments on my account. It's just that.
Apart from the OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, of course, the chronic OnlyFans addiction.
Guess the best of us.
I got one right now.
I forgot to turn my on, so I'm absolutely melting because I got this light just beaming on.
Yeah, rookie era, bro. Rookie era.
I've been full of rookie eras today.
You. Fuck off. I was not. I was not ready for that one. But I think that covers it for this episode
of the
Go Ham Podcast. If you do have any suggestions, anything you'd like us to go over, anything you'd like us to rate, not your mother, leave a comment and we'll have a nose. You can always, if you want to ring this number, let me just grab his mobile number for you. Obviously, not meant to.
Okay, give Dobbins a text, your ideas.
If you find it weird that Luke still holds his mother's hand, then
I'd say answers specifically.
Scary times.
You can find out that he still kisses his dad.
Scared.
Still kissing his dad on the lips.
Anyway,
it's been emotional.
Yeah, it's been emotional. Thank you very much for watching. This has been the Go Ham Podcast, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you very much for watching.